Gentlemen, awesome to be back with you on MGTOW Money. Today's topic, want to quit your job, do this. Before we get to that, thank you to the Patreon supporters of this channel. Also, attention to all the Patreon supporters out there. Check your email from yesterday. Yesterday, I sent to all the Patreon supporters of this channel an email that had 3 very specific things that will put money into your pocket. One, you can put $100 in your pocket very easily, along with getting an ATM card that will literally work anywhere in the world with no fees associated with it. See that link in the email that I sent you. 2, I have found what I think is probably the cheapest cell phone plan on the planet at under $5 a month. And number 3, I show you a way that you can possibly get up to 20% off some of your Amazon.com purchases. So again, Patreon supporters, check your email. Men, you want to become a Patreon investor in this channel? See the link in today's video description. Let's get on with it. Today's topic, want to quit your job, do this. The primary motivation that I had for starting this channel from the very first video, go back and listen to the very first video, was ideally to share some ideas on becoming financially independent for MGTOW at a young age. I quit working. I quit the 9-to-5 workforce, if you will, in my 40s. Yes, in my 40s. It wasn't too old. It wasn't too young. For me, it was just right. I know evidently some of you did it in your 30s. However, I think it's realistic for most of us, in particular if you're a MGTOW, to do it in your 40s. And specifically, one way to increase the probability of doing so is taking on a minimalist lifestyle. Now, let me define what I mean as a minimalist lifestyle. I'm not talking about becoming a monk. I'm not talking about taking a vow of poverty. I'm not talking about taking on 3 roommates into your apartment or something like that. I'm not talking about where you should be renouncing and denouncing all wealth and saying how money is evil, etc., as one poster said in a previous video. For me, how I'm defining minimalism, it is tactically and strategically targeting your spending of money on the 20% of things, on the few things that generate 80% of your happiness. So, in simple terms, I'm not afraid of spending money. I am not afraid of spending money. I'm not shaking. I'm not some cheap, frugal person. Oh, I don't want to spend 10 cents on this. What I am, though, men, is I'm careful about what I spend my money on. I have strategic and tactical ways of spending money, and I'm going to give you 3 ideas right now to help illustrate my point. 1, I buy quality over quantity. Personally, I don't have any problem spending $100, $200 for a pair of shoes or for a coat or whatever it might be. Because guess what? Those shoes, that coat, number 1, presumably I love them, that they really bring me tremendous value. And number 2, that I'm going to have them for a long period of time. As opposed to the person who's saying, oh, well, I'm just going to get some $20 shoes, and even though they're a little bit uncomfortable, it's okay. And even though they look ridiculous, and even though they're 2 sizes too big, they're only $20. This is a person who knows the price of everything, but the value of nothing. I reverse it. I know, or at least I try to know, the value of something, and the price is not my priority. 2, I respect all money. I emphasize specifically what I'm talking about is I respect all amounts of money. If I see a penny literally laying on the ground, which it seems to me I'm seeing more and more often, I pick it up. And what do? I put it in my pocket. If I'm in another country and I see the smallest unit of currency, 1 pence, for example, laying on the sidewalk, again, what do? I pick it up and I put it in my pocket. I respect and appreciate all money, regardless of the denomination about it. Therefore, I have conditioned my mind that I am careful with it. Again, I don't see it as evil. I don't see it as something that's nefarious. I also don't see it as something in short supply, but I recognize its importance. I never use a phrase, it's only. I recognize all money, again, regardless of the amount, and you should too, is very important. Again, another example. I don't leave the lights on in my house. I hear about people all the time. They leave their apartment or home and they just leave a couple lights on. Why? Why not turn them off? It only takes just a second. Why not save the 50 cents, dollar, whatever it is in electricity? Why wouldn't you? Your life ultimately is all about energy, and money is a manifestation of energy. And once you recognize that money is equal to energy, which also correspondingly is equal to food to nourish you, to give you energy, you will see how the cycle works. Next, you've got to start thinking tactically about how you spend your money daily. Daily spending habits are going to determine your future. The small things that you spend money on and the big things you spend money on a daily basis ultimately are going to decide if you're going to retire early or not. For example, me, man, I've been using coupons since I was in my teens. Yeah, you heard me, coupons. How about when I buy stuff off the internet, I'm always looking to use some sort of cash back site, these various rebate sites. I'm also many times looking to buy used books, used clothes, used smartphones. Anything, if it's used, man, I'm looking to buy used because you can get a significant discount, of course, and get the same stuff nearly just as good. Next, I'm also big on procrastination. I am always putting stuff off, waiting till it goes on sale, and just put it on a list. It'll sit on a list for a year or two, and maybe I'll decide I don't need it anymore. Most importantly, though, when I am buying something, I'm also using a credit card that gives me cash back. In other words, whether it be points or whether it be some sort of immediate cash back, I've discussed using credit cards in a very careful way in previous videos. I'm not going to go into specifics on this. I'm going to do so with some of the Patreon investors in this channel, but you can use credit cards to tremendous effect and have tremendous benefits. And I'm not talking about just getting 1% back. I'm talking about 2, 3, 5, 10% back when used correctly. Quick summary here. You've got to you can increase dramatically the probability to achieve financial independence at a young age if you choose the minimalist lifestyle. If you focus on buying quality, not cheap stuff, you start surrounding yourself with a few really great things that really make you feel awesome and fantastic. 2, you start respecting all money. And I emphasize that. You get this out of your head. Well, it's only $3.87. I encounter people all the time like this who say, well, it's only $2.26. Who cares? Then give me $2.26. It's nothing to you, right? Then give it to me. Put it in my hand. Next, your daily spending habits are ultimately going to decide your ability to early retire. It is up to you to change your daily spending habits. It's very easy to do. You don't need to take on some sort of frugality, some extreme frugality, some sort of hatred toward money, etc. If you can just start focusing on the small things, small easy steps to maximize your spending and create maximum value, you will ultimately, at least increase the probability, achieve financial independence at a young age. Gentlemen, hit the like button if you found this useful. As always, John Galt out.